Well, it looks like time is up. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sid. Head down there, subscribe. We're about to cross 90,000 subscribers, and then we're on our way to 100,000, and that's a super play button. But enough about that. More about the fact that we're about to enter the final days of the Crew 2. The final update for the Crew 2. Now, this update might be 4 months long. That's what we know it to be. But it releases in 1 week. The final update for the Crew 2 is releasing in 1 week. The mad update for the Crew 2 is over in 1 week. We're in the last week for the mad update. And then it's all a case of whatever the final update for the game is. But right before we enter this final update, there's something rather important. Let me tell you, if you ever plan to continue playing the Crew 2 to any degree, there's something really important. Ow. Okay, whatever. That you're gonna want to be on the game for. See, here's the thing with the street race category in the Crew 2. We have 2 specific things that you can get. Pure and extra pump. Those are the important ones. One increases your nitro power, one increases your nitro refill speed. One is locked to 8% maximum, and the other one is locked to 10% maximum. So if I sat here and I recalibrated over and over and over again, I would never get more than 8% on this affix. However, even though a regular set, of which I have about 5, you can only get 66% and 75% because of the restrictions. In the Crew 2, we get boosted part sets in the summit. I'll explain more about those in a minute, but the general gist is you get... I accidentally put my heel on the... Okay, yeah, right. I'll put my feet in front of me instead. Those part sets come pre-boosted past the number. If you recalibrate it, it's gone. But when you get it, at least, it has the boost more than the maximum amount. That's 3 to 8%. That one is 9%. But the issue was, the set that we got didn't have extra pump. I just recalibrated it to have extra pump. That's the same for every single one of these parts. They're recalibrated to get extra pump as well, changing whatever they had before that was boosted. But that's all about to change. Because in this final week, the last week of the mad update, going into the final update coming out on Wednesday, they have brought out a boosted street race Nitro chemist set with a free vanity item. And who's to complain? You know what? Let's actually put my current boosted set on this bike to play this first event. So yes, if you go into this summit, do the whole thing, and you get yourself platinum, you'll have a boosted set. They've been doing this for a very, very long time. But here's the question. They cancelled this feature in the Crew Motorfest. You can no longer get boosted sets in that game. The sets in that game will... In fact, you don't even get anything specific. What they do in the Crew Motorfest is you just get any random affix. It's just all fully randomized. It's just they'll give you 2 gold parts, fully randomized. So that was the replacement. But what do you think about that? What do you think was better or worse? Doing that or the system the Crew 2 had, where sometimes it wouldn't be a boosted set. Sometimes it would just be a regular part set that was maxed out within the percentage. But if it was a boosted set, that now meant that anyone who didn't get that summit rewards, anyone who didn't play that summit and get platinum, or the 2 separate summits to get gold, well, they wouldn't own a set that would be crucial to... Oh, for God's sake. They wouldn't own a set that would be crucial to them actually getting a fair advantage in the summit. Because anyone who does have the set would be absolutely at a bigger advantage. In fact, Rally Raid. Okay, I want to finish this race before I talk about this, so at the moment I've just gone, in fact, Rally Raid. What a bad event, by the way. I despise this event. It sucks. It actively sucks. Oh, okay, this bike is bad. Damn it. Tell you what, even worse, this is one long as hell event. This event goes on for ages. And by ages, I mean like 3.5 minutes. Which is a great time to remind you that, hey, I've got a bunch of socials, as well as a podcast and whatnot. So check that out. And check out any of those socials if you're on any of those platforms. So like I was saying, in fact, Rally Raid. Rally Raid has been the absolute best spec for doing slaloms for a very, very long time. For literally only one reason. And you know what that reason is? This set. Because this set is a boosted set. Skilled to 12% and pure to 9. Getting this as one boosted set was nuts. But here's the thing. It wasn't always the best set for grinding skills. In fact, currently, it isn't the best set for getting the best points on skills. Because Hypercar got a set. And the Hypercar set, how am I supposed to... Oh, this way. Okay, right. So meaning, unless you're doing a skill like this, which, yes, this one is still Rally Raid because of how off-road it is. But there's a bunch of on-road slaloms. And those were also Rally Raid bias. And those on-road slaloms now are best in a Hypercar because there is now a Hypercar boosted skill set, which I missed, actually. Which, hey, means I have to use the Hummer HX still in Rally Raid instead of using Hypercar because I missed that summit. Also, I'm in Platinum. I've played 2 events. Oh, it's because there's only 9,000 people ranked. There's only enough people for Platinum ranked so far. Well, head on and play because there's free vanity for one if you get the Neon Battle Tire and this event right here and a full boosted set. Well, would you look at that? Another boosted set. For the longest time, boosted sets ran this game. Ran it. I remember back playing the summit and it would always be you'd go onto the summit and you'd check for the boosted set. In fact, in this video, it's just been a lot of me going through my cars, seeing a Nitro chemist set, being like, oh, wait, that one's not boosted. Oh, wait, that's the boosted one. And in fact, I've got 2 sets in touring of boosted sets because the set for touring released twice. The drift one is really popular as well because the drift boosted set is the only way you can get the points required to get insane numbers and get top of the leaderboard. That one, it goes directly to leaderboards. Sure, you still need a bit of skill when it comes to this, and I guess you do need drifting skill, but this takes nitro control. In drift, the boosted set just makes you get more points. But now, going into the final update, the most powerful set they've ever given us is being released. And let's talk about that final update. I'm hoping it's big. Am I? Yeah, of course I am. I'm hoping it's a big update. But the issue is do I trust the Crew 2 to give itself? I mean, do I trust Ivory Tower, the company who develops the Crew 2, to give it a good send-off? Because this is going to be the final update for the game. Final update. Or at least final relevant title update. But do I trust the company that is shutting off the Crew 1? Is that the company that I trust to give the Crew 2 a big send-off update? The game that won't even make an offline patch for the Crew 1. And I'm expecting them to do something big for the Crew 2. That and the update being 1 week before Motorfest's update. That just makes me feel like they're not gonna care. And I don't expect them to at this rate. Thinking about it more and more, just like every Crew 2 update, it seems like it's gonna be buried. And that sucks. That really sucks. Given everything that's been built on this game, it's unfortunate to see it go so neglected, man. But what are you gonna do? I guess they move on to the next, and it's not exactly gonna be too profitable for them to update this, I guess. They are just focusing on Motorfest, really, and I don't know if Motorfest is too profitable at the moment either. Tell you what, though, this event is fun. I can definitely say I much prefer Alpha GP in the Crew 2. There's something about the arcadiness of it. It's just so silly, Alpha GP in this game, in a good way. They just handle, like, it's so good. And obviously the Crew Motorfest has way more of a sliding is good physics style. Whereas the Crew 2s, as you can see, is all about just unlimited downforce, infinite instant turning, barely any brake needed. And that's the kind of goofiness I'm gonna miss. Now we're going into this final update, which we don't actually know anything about yet. But we'll find out in exactly 1 week. Or maybe after, because they don't even bother promoting things on the days they come out. They promote them like a day after. But hey, you'll get a video from me out of it. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members, Danimal, Manimal, Grim Pepper, and Extreme Speed. And an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members, HK, and Extreme Speed again. I'll see you boys in the next one in a bit.